Two drivers, same car, same road. One pays about half what the other pays for insurance every month. So the cheaper one's winning, right? Maybe. Or maybe one fender bender away from a financial disaster. Full coverage or minimum coverage, it's one of the most common questions I get, and it's almost always asked the wrong way. Because the real question isn't which one is cheaper, it's which one actually fits your life. Let's figure that out today. Welcome back to the Evertrust Insurance podcast. I'm Alfred Bazari, owner of Evertrust Insurance here in Nashville, and as an independent agent, my job is to give you the straight version, not the sales version. This is episode 12, and we're settling the full coverage versus minimum coverage debate once and for all. I'll show you what each one actually does, where the hidden risk is, and a simple way to decide which makes sense for your situation. Let's get into it. First, let's clear up the biggest myth. Full coverage is not a real defined type of insurance. There's no box on a policy that says full. It's just a casual phrase people use, and that's exactly why it causes so much confusion. So let's use the real words. Minimum coverage means you carry only what the state legally requires you to have. In Tennessee, that's liability coverage at limits of 25, 50, 25. Here's what those numbers mean. Up to $25,000 for bodily injury to one person, up to $50,000 total for everyone hurt in an accident, and up to $25,000 for property damage. Now here's the part people miss. Liability only pays for the other person. If you cause an accident, it helps cover their injuries and their car. It does absolutely nothing for your own vehicle. Total your car in a wreck you caused with minimum coverage, and you're buying your next car yourself. When most folks say full coverage, what they usually mean is liability plus two more pieces. Collision, which covers damage to your car from a crash, whether you hit another car, a guardrail, or a pole. And comprehensive, which covers the non-crash stuff. Theft, fire, vandalism, hail, a tree limb coming down, or hitting a deer on the way home. A lot of folks also add uninsured motorist coverage, and in my opinion, that one's underrated, because it protects you when the at-fault driver has no insurance or not enough of it. Coverage options and availability vary, so this is where a conversation with your agent really matters. So that's the real breakdown. Minimal protects other people. The fuller package protects you too. Now let me show you why minimum can be a trap, even though that lower monthly number looks great. Two problems. The first is your own car. We just covered that. Minimum doesn't repair or replace it. The second problem is bigger, and almost nobody thinks about it. Those liability limits are low. Picture this. Your fault in a serious accident. The other driver has real injuries, surgery, an ambulance, a hospital stay. Medical bills like that can blow past $25,000 fast. Your minimum policy pays up to its limit, and then it stops. So where does the rest come from? You. The injured party can come after your savings, your assets, even your future wages. That bargain you got on your premium can turn into the most expensive decision you ever made. These are illustrative scenarios, not a quote or a guarantee of how any specific claim would be handled. This is why when people ask me about minimum coverage, my first question back is never about price. It's, if the worst happened tomorrow, could you absorb that hit out of pocket? For most people, the honest answer is no, and that tells you a lot. Now, I'm not here to tell you everyone needs the biggest policy. I'm an independent agent, not a salesman, so let me be fair about it. There are situations where dropping collision and comprehensive is a reasonable choice. Here's the rule of thumb I use. Look at what your car is actually worth today. If you're driving an older, paid-off vehicle that's only worth, say, a couple $1,000s, there can come a point where paying for collision and comprehensive doesn't make much sense. Because the most the company would ever pay you is roughly the car's value minus your deductible. So the math can flip. If the coverage costs a meaningful chunk of what the car is even worth, self-insuring that vehicle might be the smarter play. But, and this is important, that logic applies to the collision and comprehensive piece, the part that protects your car. It does not mean you should cut your liability to the bare floor. Carrying solid liability protection is about protecting your future. And that matters whether your car is worth $2,000 or $40,000. So, let's make this practical. 3 quick questions to figure out where you land. Question 1. Do you still owe money on the car? If you're financing or leasing, this is usually decided for you. Lenders and leasing companies typically require collision and comprehensive for as long as you owe, so that part's not really optional. Question 2. Could you comfortably replace your car tomorrow out of your own pocket? If the answer is no, you probably want that fuller package, protecting the vehicle. If yes, and the car's value is low, you've got more room to consider trimming. Question 3. What would happen to you financially if you were at fault in a serious accident? This one's about your liability limits, and honestly, a lot of folks should be carrying higher than the state minimum, not lower. If you've got a home, savings, or income worth protecting, the minimum 25-50-25 often isn't enough, and an umbrella policy might be worth a look. Notice that not one of those questions was, which is cheaper? Price matters, it should be part of the decision, but it should be the last question, not the first. So here's the bottom line. Minimum coverage protects other people and keeps you legal. The fuller package protects you and your car too. Cheaper isn't automatically better, and the most expensive policy isn't automatically right either. The right answer is the one that matches your car, your loan, and what you could actually afford to lose. If you're not sure where you stand, that's exactly what we do at Evertrust. We'll look at your situation and help you build coverage that actually fits. No pressure, no upsell. Call us at 615-719-3049 or find us at evertrusttn.com. We're proud to serve our Nashville neighbors in both English and Farsi. And here's the thing, these episodes come from your questions, so drop yours in the comments and I might build the next episode around it. If this helped, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'm Alfred Bazari with Evertrust Insurance. Drive safe, and I'll see you next episode.